everybody. If you're tuning in after the live, just please give me about 2 minutes as I have to upload everything that I need to do or set up my YouTube live. I can't do anything until it goes live, but I have a very informative video here today. So as you might have noticed from the headline, first of all, if history does repeat itself, XRP could be setting up for a pump here as the activity level on the network has surged. So the last 3 times this has happened, we've actually gone from 1 million user activity to 1.1 million. It's a new record high, an all-time high. So the last 3 times this has happened, we've had a nice pump. So that's why right now the 0.477 area is of urgent importance right now, because if we can hold that 477, that could set up us for an imminent pump here. So it's a weird spot we're in, and it's an inaudacious spot, as I like to say, because we could either go one of 2 ways. But if we can hold the 477 with the surge in activity on the network, it's pretty interesting. So I'll share that. But right now, I want to share what Mike Maloney had to say about central bank digital currencies and crypto as a whole. It's fascinating. So I'm going to play this as I'm setting this up. Make sure you hit that like button, as it'll greatly help push my content. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll get to everybody after we set this up.
This is the European Central Bank announcing that, their digital currency, the reason for it, a digital euro would complement cash and offer an additional payment option, says the board member. And then the video continues with a digital euro would protect people's freedom to pay. So this thing where there's a single ledger. Now this is what George Gammon warns about. So I urge you to watch some of George Gammon's videos on digital currency. It doesn't require the central bank digital currency. All it requires is a single ledger, and then they can punish certain behaviors and reward other behaviors and start controlling the entire population. So this is
it's what I always say, everybody. You don't want them to regulate cryptocurrency. The reason why we're so fascinated with it and the reason why we love it so much is it was out of the reach of the regulators.
A map of today's central bank digital currency status. So you've got the good ones canceled. To me, that's good. And Ecuador canceled their cryptocurrency development. Research, proof of concept, pilot. So that's in all of these peach-colored countries, launched blue. And this is interesting because you can take this back almost 10 years, January 2014. You got Finland already canceling their plans, but later on they renewed them. Uruguay doing research. And you can just scroll through this a little bit at a time and see the slow development of people going through, like purple is proof of concept. So, and then you can see that Finland no longer canceled theirs. They have another one that, so that's Norway. Finland canceled, and then a new one, Stella Research, and then retail digital euro being researched. And so as we go along, we're headed toward a world where it will all be digital currency, and it isn't just the danger of loss of freedom and people, the governments and other organizations, as you will see, being able to control all of it. So
all right, so you get the point. Good mid-afternoon, 3:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Niche again. Yeah, definitely not January anymore. That was 6 months ago. So as we can see, XRP's at 0.84. We're in a very interesting spot here. We held the 477, and I want to correlate something in with everybody. So right now, I don't have the bottom of the broadening wedge on, just so it's a little bit easier for everybody to see this, because it does get a little choppy here. Right now, we know the 477 is the ultimate spot right now, which is that yellow underneath support. And I want to show you something right now as well. So The 482 is the first level, but we need to get above the 494, and we cannot afford to get rejected here in the 4 hourly at 485 if we want to start reversing this. Otherwise, this will play out as a right arm here on this head and shoulders or topping reversal pattern, and it will send us to 44 cents, and we're just going to have to deal with that if it happens. But what I wanted to show you real quick, let me say hi to everybody real quick. 42 people here. Really? Wow. I didn't realize there were so many people here. Make sure you hit that like button. Only 17 people hit that like button so far. It gives a good look for the first timers in here. If you have 42 people watching, you know, 17 likes, it might give the wrong impression. So I would greatly appreciate if you hit that like button. So welcome in, B-Dang, welcome in, Devin, come on in, welcome, JW, howdy, Chance Williams, playing the long game indeed, Driver, morning from Australia, welcome in, silent listener, always good, True, welcome in, my friend, come on in, XLM is having its 15 minutes of fame today. We'll take a look at that. We've been well on top of XLM. It had a nice channel breakout. Rusty, welcome in. Roger, good afternoon. This is certainly one of those 50-50 areas, True, 100%. I'm just trying to look at some of the data as well outside of the charts to try to help formulate this opinion, but I know in my heart, Marius, welcome in. If 47.7 breaks and we get a confirmation, it's coming to 44 cents. We already know that. That's, to me, that's not even debatable. It's just, it's a big area where we not only, man, that's so funny how it worked out like that. I'm not keeping that up there. I just wanted to see something, but it's a multitude of areas down there. You've got the broadening wedge at the bottom, but we've got the inverted head and shoulders down at 44 cents. XLM get the $3. No. Let's not even talk about $3. Let's talk about 30 cents. In time, more than likely in time, it'll find its way out there. But you shouldn't be focused on 30 cents. See, okay, so we know XRP. Look at this. See, XLM, what was my prediction, everybody, last week? Do you remember? We were breaking the falling channel. What did I say? We're going to come back up here and retest. What area? Do we all remember? The top is 11.4, but we talked about coming back up and retesting the 10.7 area. This is a perfect example of a lot of people will say technical analysis doesn't matter, but this formation was an ascending triangle pattern. It broke down to the bottom of the formation in a falling channel. So we got out ahead of it, and we knew if it broke out, it was coming back to the top of the channel, or the triangle, ascending triangle. So that's just something for XLM. We're going to see how far it actually pushes, but its big barrier right now is 10.7. So, you know, I'm not gonna dig a whole lot into XLM, only because we've had this, and it's now we got to see the way it consolidates. The biggest thing, let's see the comments. Hey, up or down, Mark? That's a loaded question. We need to break first, roughly the 494. Obviously, last stand, you can't lose the 477. Where I drew that yellow line a long time ago. We can't lose that. But ultimately, we need to get above, yes, the 494 area, but we need to be on top of the 508 and ultimately push the 537. Hold that so we can break out. We can't do anything until we break out of this area. Because with Bitcoin's doing exactly what it needs to do for this bullish scenario to play out. Bitcoin's on top of the channel. It did exactly what we talked about. I almost feel like these lives are so important because yesterday we talked about if it does the consolidation, it can have a breakout up to here. Now we're going to see, is this a consolidation and ready to break out? If not, we know if it were to break down, we'd have to come to the bottom of the channel at right around 28, 29,000, and we'd have to approach it that way. But all this is pointing to be a breakout for not just Bitcoin. As we know, the ETF goes online or went online today, but this is looking more than just a shakeout attempt. This looks like, to me, Bitcoin could be starting something. You don't often see them just do this and then come right back. Oftentimes, when they have this kind of consolidation on that kind of a zone, remember, CME gap held strong here at 30K when it came back up to fill it. Not just that, we're on top of the broken channel and we're consolidating on top of that. That's huge. That is such a huge consolidation right now. Everybody thought, because that's what I was getting in the comments, oh, well, it's just going to dump on Monday or Tuesday. No, when it dumped during the weekend, it was something that we said, you know what, we have to pay more attention to this, because normally if it's a buy the news, sell the rumor, or buy the rumor, sell the news, or sell the news and buy the rumor, you would normally, if you're selling the news, you would be selling on the way into the news. Because you're buying it, but then everybody sells it upon the news. Right now it was like selling the rumor. We had an initial spike and then a big dump. So this is actually consolidating like we need. And for XRP, it's the same thing. XRP, and I really could have it as a wedge, but as you can see, we have this isolated support. So it's an uptrending resistance, but we really do have a level support here at 477. That's a must hold support area. I mean, absolutely must hold. So I'm going to put this at 477. I don't even care about the 482 because honestly, we're going to trade between this and the 494. And that's just showing you. This is showing you the urgency right now. If you're new to my channel, this is showing the urgency. So with XRP, we have that dot cross in the 4 hourly, but we haven't given way yet. And now we did another weird setup here. So we need to see if 477 holds or not. It's just that simple. Either 477 holds or it breaks down. Yeah, XLM is absolutely moving and it's still got room up to 10.7. Predicted breakout. This was an absolutely predicted breakout, and it's why I told everybody, is XLM really that expensive when it was at 8.5, 8.2, 7.9? No, because if it breaks out of this formation, then you don't know what's going to happen. This is catching up to XRP in a big way right now. Because XRP already had this move. But anyhow, you know, I can only talk so many charts. 47 people watching, only 33 likes. I'd greatly appreciate it if you just take a split second to hit that like button, as it's a really big implication on the way I'm presenting my content, at least for me. It's my own optics. If you want to show some support outside of the likes, you can always join Tom's Army, and that's in the video description, and or, you know, my, actually in my info for my channel. You can always join Tom's Army. Heck, you can even send a super chat if you want to hit the like button. Show me you care about my time I'm putting in each and every day. It's a very simple proposition I ask from each and every one of you. Axel, welcome in. GTA Sam, thank you. C-Zam, thank you so much for hitting that like button. So guys and gals, what I want to talk about here. First, I need to light a relaxation. It's been that kind of day. It's been a busy day. But I still wanted to be here for each and every one of you. Crypto Solo Scrooge, welcome in. Greatly appreciate you tuning in. Hold on one sec, everybody. All right. So I want to read this, because if history does indeed repeat itself. So let me for anybody tuning in, let me give a quick overview. So right now, Bitcoin had that bullish hold on 30,000, which was the CME gap, and also the break back above the broken channel that we broke down. Now we're holding that, made a 700 push run up to about 30,740. What we're trying to do here is on this consolidation hold, we're trying to break back over 31,000. If we can break and hold 31,000, that should give us the seam on a signal to push us out to first 32,000 and then ultimately 33,900 and some change. You get on top of that, that's how you can get up to that $38,000 to $40,000 area. With XRP, we held the 477 support right now. That's our only support we need to pay attention to right now. If we break that, that would be a signal coming down to the bottom of the broadening wedge, or a stationary support structure, because it's broken at 47. That would bring you down to 44, but it would also bring you to the neckline. That's the inverted head and shoulders neckline. And if you break that, it's a whole big slew of problems. So just pay attention to that, because we do have a death cross in the 4 hourly. And that's why I keep saying it's of urgency. We get back to 508. Hold that and ultimately try to make a play out to the 537 area, because we've got to do that in order to reverse this pattern with XRP. The other thing I want to say while I have your attention, and you know what? I'm enjoying these lives because I'm starting to take away from just looking at the charts, and we're starting to talk more personally. XRP, what is something we talked about in 2021? We need to get through the time of clarity, but we had to have the mindset of positivity, not negativity. We have to have emotionless responses, because we knew the closer we got to clarity, the more that we would get the negativity in the news, the more gaslighting you get on the media networks, not just social media, not just YouTube or TikTok or Twitter, but I'm talking about the main media. They're coming out now talking about how cryptocurrency is a bad look in the USA. They're talking about how the government's against it, especially with XRP. Some people are even saying that you should be in jail if you're holding it. You know, that's the optics. We know the closer we get to clarity, the more they're going to try to push you off of this. The XRP ledger is not going anywhere. RippleNet is not going anywhere. Ripple CBDC platform is not going anywhere. That's for institutional investors. So the more and more we find out, the activity is surging right now on the network. And I said this yesterday. I made a purchase of something, and it's for a cleansing. I can't get into it much, but it's to get rid of, you know, cellular blah, 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 blah. I can't talk about it because I'll get banned. But I used XRP. Cost me $69 and some change. It was 0.4 of a cent was the gas fee for XRP, if you want to call it a gas fee. I tried Bitcoin. That $69 purchase was over $90, and it was going to take 45 minutes to 2 hours. XRP took a fraction of a second, and I made the purchase. So they can keep talking in the USA like this isn't happening. They can continue to mislead us in the USA, acting like that it's just not going to be adopted. The bottom line is JP Morgan, the JPM coin, and all the nefarious players, they're the reason why they're trying to hamstring us in the USA. It's that simple. It's that simple. Outside of that, you know what you hold with XRP. And I'm going to say this one more time. I didn't buy XRP late 2022, early 2023 after selling it in the bull run of 2021 to get my profits at $1.66. I did not buy XRP back at sub 35 roughly. It's like 35.6. I did not buy to sell at 50 cents. Bottom line. Also, I don't believe in the accumulation phase that price matters right now, personally. The only reason price matters to me right now is if it goes 20% below 346, because then I can buy more, and that's what I'm hoping for. Other than that, my XRP is not for sale. Everybody keeps saying it's not for sale. And then they say, well, what about XRP being the scam coin or the blah, 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 Ponzi scheme? Or this isn't the right coin or token. I own my 10,000 plus tokens of XRP. Some people say that's not a lot. You know, that's up for your interpretation, but I started this YouTube channel on the basis of I was not going to have more than $5,000 in crypto, because I thought it would be more easily received. But also, you know, it's amazing. This isn't the time where you should be selling your crypto. This is not the time you should be selling digital assets as it's being implemented around the world. This is not the time. It's not. It's not the time. Especially when you start seeing with Ripple, they made the CBDC platform for institutions. And that they're using all this on the XRP ledger, and that it's being more universally used. They already had a partnership with Swift in like 2018. So there's a lot more things going on, and a lot of nefarious players are going to try to keep you out of this. I'm telling you, the more we go through 2023, especially into the mid-2024, you're going to hear how XRP is a scam. So, you know, this is just how it goes. I figured out back in 2020, XRP was the fastest, cheapest transaction crypto on the market. Let me just read that real quick. They can take my ledger out of my cold dead hands. Exactly, come on in, right on. XRP is working with the debt. I mean, you know, they have nefarious players all over the place, but you got to find your grasp. Some people say you can't hold it because of nefarious players. Well, the real nefarious players are the ones trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Sometimes what you perceive as the devil's play or the satanic role, it might actually be the opposite. Maybe the XRPL and RippleNet and Ripple and XRP is all put in by design with the ISO coins and the IoT coins or tokens. Maybe that's all put into play so that we have a fighting chance against the nefarious players, the WEF, the central banks. These central bank digital currencies are a direct correlation and a fight back against, you got it, these digital assets. These digital assets. Everything that everybody keeps saying is a joke and all this other crap, they tell you this all the time. The bottom line is, if you've been paying attention to this, and even if you've been watching since 2021, we got a nice head start by being able to sell into a big bull market. And we knew it was going to take several years. Now we're starting to build back into it. I'll be damned, and all of you as well should be damned, if anybody's going to talk you off of what we've been plotting for over 2 years. There's a reason why I haven't missed a single day on YouTube since March of 2021. There's a reason why now, over the last month and longer now, I come on every single day, no exception, on a live, and I do all the updates every single day. This is the time where we need the right guidance and we need to make sure we stay on the same page. So yes, this is turning into a public service announcement, but it needs to be said. With XLM, one more time, 62 people watching, 49 likes. I greatly appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button. It'll greatly help push me through the analytics. It's not that I'm super bullish. You're not understanding. I'm super bullish long term. I understand in the micro that I might get a better opportunity to continue pushing my XRP. But what did I say when we got to what? Closer to 2024, close to the third quarter of 2023, I would start talking differently. There's no reason for me to talk negative. There's no reason for me to talk about the blind side of being in and getting wrecked. You know why? Because even if you get wrecked now, we've already bought in the bottom of the bear market right now. If it goes lower, that means you add on more to a bottom of a bear market. This is how you become millionaires in the next bull market. You can't do it at the top of markets. It's just that simple. The biggest misconception of crypto is long holding. I'm sorry, I'm more advanced now, so I can't be such a... But long holding can only happen in the accumulation phase. Right now is the accumulation phase. We're 90% down on most crypto. Even XLM bouncing 10%, which, again, this is why we have our bags packed with XLM when it was down towards the 7 and 6 cent areas. Because if it breaks out of this area, we don't know what happens. If crypto just takes off, and what did I always tell everybody? I would become the most bullish when everybody starts talking bad about crypto. I became the most bullish, not just today. What you see in front of you today isn't just me starting today. Whoops. I got bullish on crypto when I realized quantitative easing came to an end. They started quantitative tightening came to an end, and they went back to easing. And I said, this is the time to buy everything. And XRP was at 36 cents. I said, this is the time. If you don't own anything, don't play the victim. And that's when this started. The don't play the victim card. So now we're at where we're at. Now XLM all of a sudden breaks out of this downward channel, which I already said was an ascending triangle. The only reason it was in a falling channel is because it went from the top of the ascending triangle all the way to the bottom. Now a confirmed breakout would send you all the way to the top. So we knew it's just bouncing around this formation, but we knew it could come all the way up here, and it was a perfect buy. Everybody was talking about buying XRP or longing it, and I said, XRP made the move that XLM hasn't made yet, and if it was me, I would buy XLM. But I don't leverage trade, so I don't have to worry about that. Me, leverage trading is when I buy in a bull market, I sell out, and I wait for 2 years while everybody else is using their emotion to buy and sell, buy and sell. I wait, I plot. I take my profits from crypto because the truest story, here's the truest thing. The number one friend of crypto is precious metals. The number one, to me, friend of precious metals in your store of value is crypto. The store of value isn't crypto, it's the gold, the silver. Right now, silver is the most undervalued and the greatest steal of all times right now. But you need crypto for the profits and for the new structure we're going into with digital assets. But if you're making profit over profit, Why would you keep reinvesting into the same project or other projects that you were supposed to buy at the bottom? You can't be reinvesting in them if they're in the top of a bull market. Okay, so you made $10,000 on XRP. So now you're going to throw it into H-bar before it dives down 95%. No, that's not what I teach you here. So what we do is we take the profits from crypto. We buy beautiful bars of gold or silver, precious metals, or the silver rounds. And you buy the precious metals. You store them underground. You store them wherever. I don't suggest putting them in a vault, because if the time comes and it's in a vault in fucking China, okay, well, how am I going to get my stuff? So I understand in a reasonably running way that you could get your stuff shipped to you. But if the world goes to shit in a handbag, I don't rely on anybody to come ship me my stuff. So you better have a little bit of way of keeping track of where things are at. And you better become friends with the Second Amendment. But you take your profits out of crypto and you put it into precious metals. And then when it comes back around, you can still have your money. It cost me less to get back into crypto this time and get everything I wanted. And now adding on to H-bar with FOMO Fridays than I had in 2021. All I had in 2021, and everybody knows who watched me, I had 7,222 XRP. I had 10,000, just a little over 10,000 DGB. I also had 5,000 or 6,000 B-Chain. I had a couple thousand of ZIL. I had XLM, but I only had like 5,000 XLM. And then that was it. I didn't even have XDC in that run. Now you guys know I have XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, VChain, ZIL, XDC, DGB. So I'm trying to firmly grasp myself in the Internet of Things and the ISO 20022 compliant tokens. They're equally as important. So that's my firm belief, and that's why I don't leverage trade, because I'm going to take the time that I'm not leverage trading, and I'm going to pay attention to the market structure, and I'm going to use those savings to not just buy precious metals, but I'm going to reinsert myself like I did back into the market, anywhere between a 90 and 97% savings, still have liquid cash to the side from the same money I had sitting there, and I've got the ability to buy each and every week with every one of you, because I didn't have H-bar. Now we've done 6 weeks in a row on FOMO Fridays, only $50 a week. Only $50 a week. No, I did not stack Pepe Axel. $50,000 gold. You know, like I always tell everybody, let's talk about 5,000 first. Once you get to 5,000, a double up's only 10, and then it's 20 to 40. That same thing I say with XRP. Let's not talk about 10,000. Let's talk about getting that first hit to $5. Then you double it to 10 and anything can happen. But yeah, gold and silver is absolutely going to go up. But yeah, I'm starting to learn and adapt to the lives that we don't need to be on the charts the whole time. We'll do a little 10 minutes on the charts, but then we're going to talk about why we like XRP. I'm going to tell you the truth about XRP like I used to when I first came on here, but what I told you a long time ago, and yes, we're going to read this, I promise. But what I told you a long time ago, I'm going to be negative when I have to be in crypto, so you know you can't own it. And what was I? I was the biggest prick when it came to August 2021, all the way until like June or July of 22. I kept saying that there's no reason to hold it. Once we went back to quantitative easing, it's a different story. The government tipped their hand. It's time for us to listen. So if history repeats itself, this sign shows XRP pump coming again. So XRP might be setting the stage for another price pump following notable spikes in daily active addresses if it repeats historical patterns observed in past cycles. Some people remember Mr. Anderson. I've been stacking quant as well. Absolutely awesome. It does have great potential. It is a good investment. I agree, GTA Samp. OMC, when the institutional money FOMO's in to this market and we are all here first, we will be wealthy. That's exactly it. You're trying to beat the institutional investors. Everybody who says there's no institutional investors, that's what you want. You don't want to be in after the investors, otherwise we won't be able to afford any of it. But here, let me finish this because we're starting to get a little long here. I appreciate everybody. 61 likes, 69 likes, 61 people watching. If you want to show appreciation for my work, join Tom's Army. It's my goal that more of you in here will be part of Tom's Army. We have a few people in here right now part of Tom's Army, so I appreciate that. But in time, pay it forward. can even send a super chat if you want. All right, so XRP failed to leverage the latest market-wide rally to seal its hold over the 50-cent threshold. Despite the bearish reality, on-chain data suggests the asset could be gearing up for a pump if it repeats historical patterns observed earlier this year. The historical pattern involves XRP's daily active addresses. A prominent crypto chartist, I don't care about. So oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. Ali Martinez recently called attention to the pattern because this is the person that I wanted to give credit to because I'm actually reading the tweet. So Ali on Twitter verified the last 3 instances XRP price jumped. What is this? XRP Rippers renews for 14 months as a member of Tom's Army. That's awesome. That is incredibly awesome. 14 months is a very long time. I cannot thank you enough. That definitely allows me to be able to keep creative control of my channel. There's a reason why I don't do any paid promotion, paid advertising, or any kind of paid sponsorships. Because I believe everybody should be able to see this without all the nonsense. So the last 3 instances XRP price jump were preceded by a spike in the number of active XRP addresses. Wow, what's going on here now? OMC, thank you for the $10 donation and $10 American USD. Tom, appreciate your time and information as always. I really appreciate that. And Axel, 4.99 euros with the hat, the magic hat. I appreciate that, Axel. Axel's my longest active mod. True story, Axel. You were the first person I ever made a mod. Did you even know that? So it just shows how long you've been around. So here, let's finish this though. So the last 3 instances XRP price jumped were preceded by a spike in the number of active XRP addresses. On-chain data from sentiment feed. Nah, working. Yeah, this is working. I'm doing a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I'm right now.
Hold on, one sec.
Is this your woman's vehicle?
The 16-year-old technically. Hold on, one sec. Well,
You got a 16-year-old.
yeah.
Do you?
The one who's walking outside all the time. Yep.
Oh, I see her all the time.
Hold on, everybody. Sorry. This somebody asked me for something, and I got something that I can actually help them with. So it's somebody who works across the street. Asked me for papers, believe it or not. So might as well help. But yeah, so we'll go through this. We got a lot to talk about still.
Nice.
Yeah.
16-year-old, you know what I mean?
Poppy bought her, right?
Did he? Good for him.
Long
Does she
story.
live with you?
Yeah.
Because I see her walking in everybody's house.
Yeah,
She knows
well,
everybody, don't she?
well, her dad lives over there.
Oh, okay.
So,
I guess she knows everybody. Is that your daughter? Or no?
stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's your boy at? Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's taking a nap right now.
You got to go, man.
Yep, have a good one. Be safe out there. All right, so
Watch out, that's for sure.
let's see. Great live, brother. I appreciate that, Crypto Scrooge. John Wiseman, 429. The guy you're helping, I hope he has some XRP in his wallet. Hey, I try every single day. How would that message? Kick-ass live, brother. I appreciate that greatly. Being human and kind. JW, that's what I know. Wow. XRP Rippers. That is a CHF Swiss franc. $20 in Swiss francs. Always supporting you, Tom. You are doing great work since day one. Thanks for helping. Always appreciate your work. Thanks. Yes, I knew it. The Swiss francs. See that? Yeah, no. Yeah, he works at the Napa. So honestly, I have cannabis that I grow, that I do in the backyard, and I had a bunch of it. I probably had like a pound of it from last year. So I still have 4 or 5 ounces left, even now. So I know that their overtime and stuff just got cut, and I know he's dealt with injuries and stuff, so he's always talking to me. So I just give him, he'll be like, I'm out. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he'll come back, and I just have a big bag. Like, it's probably 10 or 12 grams every time, maybe a half. And he's always like, I'm like, no. I know they screwed you over on your hours. Just You know, it's just, I don't know. So if I have an abundance of something, I don't ever, it's kind of the pay it forward mentality. I just live by it. It's not just what you see me do here. That's just how I live. It's just who I am. Yo. Okay, so let's get through this. I apologize, everybody. But you know, when you're when you're live, I can't just stop who I am. So, yep, John, thank you very much. So anyhow, so let me just read this last little part. So, citing data from market intelligence provider Sentiment, Ali identified that XRP's last 3 price pumps occurred shortly after the asset saw notable spikes in address activity. Past XRP address activity spikes. A closer look at the XRP active addresses 24-hour sentiment chart corroborates these findings by Ali. Notably, XRP saw a massive increase in daily active addresses on January 6th, 7th, and 11th. XRP was changing hands at the 33-cent territory. So look at that. Even early of this year, it was only at 33 cents. These observable spikes in daily addresses activity immediately preceded a massive pump in XRP's value. Oh man, XRP rallied from a price of 0.329 on January 2nd to a high of 423 on January 24th. So that was a 10-cent spike. So the number one thing too that we have to remember is one of the problems that we have with everybody overhyping and wanting XRP to go so high so quickly is you can get a 30% pump and people are like, oh, it's only at 30 cents. Oh, it's only at 50 cents. Like right now, it's only at 48 cents. But for us who bought at 34 and a half, 35 cents, that's 30% up still. You know, it's not just, oh, it's only there. That just means it's starting to push up, but we have these false expectations. So, in addition, XRP's biggest pump this year, which occurred in March, also came after a market spike in addresses activity. XRP's active addresses on March 20th surged to a massive 872,000. I know this is getting long, and I'll end this shortly, but I wanted to get through all this information. On March 20th to 872,000. Following the astronomical increase in active addresses, XRP surged from 0.385 on March 21st to 571 on March 29th. This rally marked a 48.3% increase in just 9 days. The Crypto Basic called attention to the pump on March 21st. The last time XRP saw another spike in daily addresses activity was on May 29, when active addresses hit 708.53 thousand, so 708,000. Once again, XRP rallied, rising from 44.8 to 517 on June 13th. This rally also coincided with the release of Hinman's documents. Now, remember what I said, it hit an all-time high of 1.1 million for activity, and back then in June it was 708,000. So that's a notable increase. So history to repeat itself. As Ali rightly pointed out, XRP has now experienced similar spikes in address activity. Daily active addresses in the past 4 days have increased from 142,000 on June 3rd to 147,000 on June 24th, 135,000 on June 25th, and 144,000 on June 26th. This is the longest streak of addresses activity above 130,000 this year. So, very interesting. Should XRP follow the historical pattern witnessed throughout this year, this recent surge in address activity could signify a looming price pump. However, they'll say it shouldn't be served as an investment, but blah, blah. Meanwhile, XRP is changing hands at 4799. So that's what I wanted to bring to everybody's attention during this live. So hopefully you got something out of this live. It's my greatest hope that you guys get something out of this live. So let's go over a quick overview real quick. XLM is pumping. XLM does not seem to be done. It's got to come back up to the top of the ascending triangle after breaking out of the falling channel in the immediate short term. The technical target up here, the first target is going to be to try to come up here at 10.73 approximately, and then ultimately try to break the double top at 11.4 if we can break this area right here. If we can break roughly the 10.7 area right now where it's at, you break over that, try to have a strong hold, and then you push the daily top or the double top in the area at 11.455 if you're a fan. If you like DGB, I know this is at the back end, so if you're still here, you're going to at least get DGB. I like to do this a lot. I don't know. So DGB right now in a descending triangle. It's a very clear descending triangle from way farther back. We have a nice W reversal on the bottom. So right now we have the 747 resistance in the area. That's just a pattern pivot point. But right now we should be coming up to 835 as it looks like we're going to form a golden cross here. So unless we get rejected at the 7 cent area, or the 7 cent, the 007 area, DGB should be cleared out for first layer to hold 747 and then ultimately push up to like the 8.3 area. That's what I'm looking at for DGB. Unless it gets a rejection here at the 200 at 007, that could force us all the way back down to 591. So pay very close attention with that with DGB. And then if you're just a fan of XRP, which you should own the 3Xs, but XRP right now, 477 is our last stand stronghold. If we hold 477 like we've been, that could help dictate a push up to not just 494, but ultimately we need to break the 508 to confirm a short-term pattern reversal, but to signal a push up to the pattern double top, we need to get over the 537 area. Not the area, but we need to get over 537 and hold. That uptrending resistance is the top of a broadening wedge. I just took down the support structure on the broadening wedge, the lower lows, only because we have the inverted head and shoulders down here at 44 cents that takes precedent right now. But the uptrending resistance is still just as relevant because this is the pattern double top and it's also the top of the wedge. So if it forms out farther, you could find yourself in a scenario where you break the pattern double top, come to the top of the wedge, which could actually be at about that 613 level. And that's also the old pattern breakdown from many, it's out over a year and a half ago. Actually, it might be even longer than that. But you would have to break out of that to go to the 65 cent target on a breakout of the broadening wedge. That's the breakout target. A breakdown target, if you lose 44 cents, is 36 cents. So that's where we're at with XRP. And furthermore, if we break down, we would have to go into the other time frames, which would bring you down here to 2020 uptrend, which would be right around the 363 area at current time. And then if we break up, the 65 cents is the next major resistance. The next major top on this pattern formation, which, you know, it's speculative. Some would say it's an ascending triangle. Some would say it's a descending triangle. I'm just going to say you call it whatever you want. But the true pattern top on this downtrending resistance currently is anywhere between 78 and 82 cents right now. So that's XRP in a nutshell. And then also with some rapid fire, I wanted to look at XDC very quickly, just so you can all see where we're at. This pattern formation is almost finished. We have uptrending support from long ago. We have downtrending resistance from the pattern basic double top. Now we're in a downtrending resistance in a downward fashion. And I think this is where it's attempting its breakout point. It's been following it very nicely since we started covering it back here. And then it's coming through here. If we can build pressure and hold this support at about the 3-1, this would be a very big breakout attempt here. So let's see what ends up happening here. Anywhere across this downtrending resistance line, if XDC can gain some steam, obviously without losing the uptrending support at around the 313, this could be a massive breakout in the making here for XDC. So keep your eyes very, very closely on the 3Xs, as XLM has had a not a massive, but a better than 10% breakout today. And now XDC could be on the verge of doing something similar. XRP, as we see, if it holds that 477, it could be very, very interesting and spicy meatball coming. And then Bitcoin. We'll end it with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as we know, it's maintaining the top of 30,000. That's the CME gap that it held. That's also a re-break on top of the broken channel. So that's a very bullish formation. If we continue this consolidation, which the other thing a lot of people are forgetting, it's not just all of those factors, and I'll continue to point this out. Bitcoin also, whoops, what did I do? Bitcoin, not just everything I mentioned, but Bitcoin's also putting a successful handle on the cup. You put that successful handle up, now you're going to start consolidating between 32,800 and 33,939. It would be up to Bitcoin to get back above there to now push 38 to 40,000. This could be a very this is going to be a very inopportune time here, because a lot of people are going to be turning their head the other way, while the ones who are actually paying attention to the true momentum of what's going on and aren't letting the emotion dictate day after day. See, the number one easiest way to get killed in my community is if you're watching, and we'll end it like this. If you're watching the content, the number one way to let your emotion make the response is to say that I said it was going up or I said it's going down. All you have to do is watch every single day and actually listen, and then also focus your mind on what I'm putting on technical analysis. Never do I say it's going up or going down, because I'm not a financial advisor. And honestly, nobody knows if it's going to go up and down. All we know, based on what we see in front of us, is we can draw a very nice conclusion and see the ebb and flow of the market. So what I see right now is we put the pattern in order the way we need it to be. And now we know if 477 holds and we can break up over the 508 level, that's going to be a lot of momentum, especially with this network activity surge on the with XRP and Ripple. So are these a few indicators that are pointing in the direction of a pump, with Bitcoin being on top and now 30,000, almost 800, but holding that 30,000 level, doing what it needed to do on the CME gap and pushing out? This is the time where we just pay attention and we let it articulate and formulate our thought process. Like right now, whether it goes up or down, I'm okay with it. I'm just going to keep putting out. Sean, welcome in, my main man from Maine. Always good to see you in here. You're catching the very end, so you're going to have to watch it from the beginning. But whether it goes up or down, we already have a plan. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change whether it goes up or down. So just remember, positivity over negativity. Positivity over negativity. You're not a victim. Nobody here is a victim. I'm not a victim, so we don't play the victim. We've got the information, but it's up to us to properly put it into the position it needs to be in. And I feel like now I'm the signal, right? I'm a signal. You can say I'm the beacon of knowledge, whatever, but I'm sending out the signal. You gotta have a radio and turn on the frequency to the right station. That's the only way you're gonna receive the message. So if you got anything out of this, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing to Tom's Army, because I put my heart and soul into this, and I never want to have paid promoting or paid advertising to run this program. I like remaining with creative control, and I like to have a winner's community, winner's mindset. Winner's gonna win, baby. But you have to make winning plays at the hardest of times. And you can't have the victim mindset, otherwise you become more on the negative side of town. And the negative side of town means you want every single person to do for you instead of you doing for yourself. If we can all do for ourselves, along with helping everybody else along the way, we're going to be a freaking fantastic place. I thank each and every one of you. I can't thank you enough.